cabin that only appeared in her dreams. Sometimes the place we long for is already waiting for us. Eleanor Martin was 76 when she began dreaming of the cabin. She had never been there, not in waking life, but every few nights, just before dawn, she'd find herself walking through a quiet pine forest, the air cool and still, birds just beginning to stir. And there it was, an old wooden cabin nestled between the trees like it had always belonged. She'd wake up feeling calm, a kind of peace she hadn't felt in years, not since George passed. It had been 9 years, and though her days were full of tea, gardening, and the occasional visit from her son, her nights were quieter than she liked to admit. Until the dreams. The cabin in her dreams was always the same. A low porch with 2 rocking chairs, a stone chimney, a single window with warm yellow light glowing from within, even though she never saw who lit it. Sometimes she'd open the door and step inside. There'd be the soft creak of floorboards, the scent of wood smoke and lavender, a quilt draped over a chair, and a fire already burning, waiting. She never questioned it in the dream. She just sat down, breathed deeply, and watched the flames. And when she woke, her heart would ache with something too big for words, like she had just left somewhere she belonged. One evening, Eleanor decided to do something strange. She brought out her old sketchbook and tried to draw the cabin. To her surprise, the details came easily. Every wooden plank, every pine tree, even the way the light fell across the porch. Her hands moved slowly but surely, as if she wasn't drawing from imagination, but from memory. She hung the sketch above her bed. That night, the dream felt different. This time, as she stepped into the clearing, there was someone on the porch. A man. Not George, though there was something of him in the figure's posture. Tall, kind, still. He didn't speak, just nodded once, like he'd been expecting her. When she sat beside him in the rocking chair, he looked at her and said, very softly, "It's always been here. You just weren't ready to see it yet." Eleanor didn't tell anyone about the dreams, but she began to change. She slept better. She smiled more often. She started writing letters again, longhand, the way she used to. One Sunday, while walking the edge of town where the trees grew thickest, she saw something odd. A dirt path she hadn't noticed before. Overgrown, but walkable, drawn by something she couldn't explain. Eleanor followed the path through the woods. The birds chirped softly. The wind danced through the trees. And then she stopped. There, in a quiet clearing, stood a cabin, just like the one from her dreams. Same porch, same window, same stone chimney. Only this one wasn't glowing with firelight. It was silent, still. She walked to the door, her hands trembling, and turned the handle. It opened with a soft creak. Inside was dust, light filtering through the shutters, and air that smelled of cedar and thyme. No fire, no figure, but she felt something familiar. On the table by the window lay a small folded note, written in the same handwriting she remembered from long ago. George's handwriting. "I knew you'd find it someday. I built it for us, even if only in dreams. Rest now. Love. Always. G." Eleanor sat down in the old rocking chair and wept. Not from sadness, but from something deeper. Something whole. She stayed there for hours, watching the sun move through the trees, breathing in the silence. And when she left, she didn't take the note. She didn't need to. She had the cabin now. If this story wrapped you in quiet peace tonight, leave A in the comments and subscribe for more gentle stories to end your day with calm and comfort.